Mother, see your son. He's been lost amongst liars. In the night alone, his direction dire.
So you are the two golems of the... Or you are one golem, you're half golem.
One and a half golem.
Okay, what's your story? Why is it just half golem?
I never had a complete transformation.
Okay.
My character is really about hope and doubt. So it's always this attempt to really go into something, but always doubting the thing you're trying to go into. So that's why the two sides and the two opposites and this struggle between the two.
Okay. And when you sit with the back to the crowd, you're pointing at a text. What was that all about?
The text is a description of dogmatic systems. It's like the symbol of it is that the performance becomes the word or the written or the rules or the of learning, being indoctrinated. So that's sort of also my transformation into this dual character.
You are the working golem?
Yeah, the slave.
Yeah, the slave?
Yeah.
You're actually a slave?
Maybe.
Or the weapon robot. I mean, it's created by the system or the ruler of the system to have as both a protector and a tool.
And
Used for whatever the leader wants to use. This is the thing when you create something that is to use, it might come back in your face one day. You can create a lot of nuclear weapons, but maybe one day they will be used the way you expect, for instance.
what are you dressing with, actually?
Clay.
Clay. It's actually...
And this is so fun. This is probably the most fun I know about.
Father, see your son. They're at home, Miss Liars.
And you're really breaking those bricks?
Yeah.
Boy!
It's new, they play easily.
They need to be used.
There will be
Bricks.
a lot of stuff.
What's the most challenging part for you guys in this whole show?
For me at least is when I'm wearing the chains.
They're heavy?
To move at the same time. It's kind of...
I mean, it's physically challenging, and it's also challenging to be up against the really strong expression of the music and the band. It really takes a lot, and you need to be big and clear.
Yeah, also to actually maintain your own position. When you are sort of sucked into the music, like everybody,
You forget.
You have to not start dancing, for instance. That's not. So it's yeah.
You're doing this for the show?
This is always a complex process, because it started with inspiration maybe for the show, but the reason for shaving half my head was I was really into this androgynity of the male and the female and these two sides, and not being able to decide if you want to have more of one or more of the other. So really wanting to explore this of both sexes or no sexes. And of course it blends into all the topics and thematics in the performance as well.
Cool. What's the most exciting part? Which one do you like the best in the whole show?
It's many moves.
Okay, so it's not just one, two.
Breaking bricks.
Enemies of the truth, standing taller, higher.
Can you tell us what you're doing with that?
This is my suit, which
Okay.
I'm wearing to get.
Why do you wear this suit? What's the purpose
It's a protection suit. It protects me against dogmas. No, it's based on protection suit against chemicals. So, or when there's like bio attack.
Yeah?
That's what it looks like. I have a bit of a look of a scientist, scientific suit, with this on the back. And then I have a light which I walk around with to sort of investigate people in the concert hall, and I can pinch people a bit to see what they feel like. Got this one, so it's all sort of investigative gear. And I also use this one to film the audience, and then we also put it in the video, so at the end of the performance they get to see themselves in it. And then at the end I'll start using this type of tape to either close off the audience, like I did in Romania, or this time I might actually sort of mummify myself.
That would be interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Just hanging around.
Sudden ships breaking the lines, the cracks that once easy to find, all hastily snared with time to cover each crime.
What's the story behind Turning Golem? How did it start?
It started with a drink over a table in a bar. Actually, in this bar here, we were sitting having some drinks, and we figured out that it would be nice to try to do something together. We were a bit drunk at the time, and I figured that it would go the way that everything that's started up in a bar goes, that it would be forgotten the next day. But after a couple of weeks I just got a phone call from the blue, and can you come up to the office so we can start and plan this thing? What thing? The thing we were talking about at garage. Oh, okay. And the wheels started to roll, and we found a very good vibe with Happy Gorillas, and figured out that we had many of the common ideas and common ground to figure out something. After some months, we got an artist residency in Vilnius through Bergen Kommune, and we went over there and started to work out the scenic stuff. And everything was just improvisation, so it was a very, very different way to work for me compared to how we usually work. We usually write stuff, then we rehearse it and do adjustments, but with this it was just improvisation, recording the improvisation, seeing how the ideas worked, talking about the ideas. So I felt for a while that I was like hanging in limbo and didn't really know what we were doing. But after a week, things started to build up.
What's the costumes that you're wearing about? How did you end up with this particular?
We were working a bit on finding different roles and personifications of the different aspects of a dogmatic system. So the costumes is a continuation of this idea to build up this idea for the band being the kind of policing force, the army.
Is the music from the tower composed before? you came up with the idea, or the music came together with the project?
Most of it was already
Okay.
composed. Actually, all of the music was more or less composed. The only thing that came afterwards were some extra layers here and there. But as we started to work on Turning Golem, lots of the lyrics were still not finished. They were still being developed. And the Turning Golem project really rubbed off on the lyrics, so you can find lots of intersections between the two projects in the lyrics, actually.
What does Turning Golem actually mean?
Turning Golem, it refers to becoming part of the dogma and becoming turning into the fully indoctrinated guardian of the golem, the inanimate and devoid of any thought, or at least any original thought, just fully fitting into the box and guarding the box. I think the image of the golem just developed through the improvisations. It was like a guardian of the dogma that really fitted for a character under this theme. When it comes to dogmatic systems, that was kind of the starting point for making this piece. It was the theme that we wanted to explore.
What's the most challenging part during the show for each of you?
I don't have any special place which is more challenging. I think it's quite aligned. I think it's all the same. It's nothing that's more difficult and nothing that's too easy.
For me, I think the most challenging part is to integrate all these different stage theater elements with concert, because you relinquish a bit of control. We've been doing gigs so much as a band that we really built up like a mutual trust and a working relationship that we can do everywhere. We can do it in every shitty club or any fancy venue. We're very versatile and now including all of these new elements, you don't feel that you have the same safety.
We have a bit of playback elements and I play on click, so I always feel a bit responsible for not fucking up too much, and with a bigger production like this, the responsibility feels a bit more heavy, but I really just enjoy it more. I think it's just so much fun. I think it takes the album tracks to a new level to play it with this kind of occasion.
Yeah, the most difficult part, I'm not sure, but just me myself being an actor, it's so hard for me because I can't do any faces or nothing. I can't do it because they have to. Well, you have to do the face, and I cannot be anything but myself on stage.
I think it's like Björn says, we are normally in the band. We are we can do whatever we like, and some of the stuff is more or less the same for each show, but it varies. But in this setting, it's all you have to do this for certain times in certain songs, and I think that's the most difficult thing.
And what's your favorite part?
The favorite part is on the Blood Don't Tell the Gobblers. When we do the circle thing. I really love that.
Being done and feeling that it was good.
I really enjoy sitting back there, and watching all the theatrical drama in front. And I sit on my stool, so yeah, I enjoy it.
My favorite part, I think, is the hound when Björn is lying on the floor and struggling and making the worst sounds. I think it's so great.
In the beginning, when the golem is pointed towards the bricks, when it is starting clanging on the bricks, I think that's an epic moment.
So you had one show in Romania with Turning Golem.
Yep.
And there's one tonight, which is also the launching of the tower. Launching. There's one tomorrow in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
After that.
We actually just more or less confirmed it for a festival in Holland, but I don't actually know the date for the festival yet. We know that it's in May. Was it in May?
No, it was in March. Was it?
No.
April.
Next year.
Next year.
Sometime next year.
It's in April, I think.
Okay.
And we're also
stopping after
we're
this.
not stopping. We will do the Turning Golem bit. More places definitely. We're also doing one show in Paris, which will be in February, and I think there will be one or two more spread across Europe. And we're also doing another show in November at USF, Studio USF. It's a black box stage here in Bergen, where the show will be different. It will not be so much a concert show, but more of a theater piece. So it's a different version of the same topic and some of the same material at least.
Is it a tiring show? Do you get really exhausted after it?
From doing gigs with Vulture Industries, I'm always exhausted afterwards, and this is no different from that. I will be smelling like sickness and disease. I will be in the shape that I smell like after the show.
Please stay away from Björn after the show.
Sounds like good.
Makeups to make ourselves pretty.
Essentielle Kaja.
Ta-da!
Kan noen slå på varmen?
Det är min boxer.
Nej, fan! Ska jag frysa med den?
That's a cool one. That's all.
The tower is more.
Late som det. Late som det.
Du må stå bak den ene PR liksom. Det får jeg.
Stram og fin, hæ? Ganske så stram og fin.
Han?
Nå, kjærlighet.
Nå har jeg fått ut fersen her.
Det ble litt sånn...
Si det en gang til.